Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of a Doctor Who reaction. This is Haarute Live, my name is Matt. I'm not wearing glasses. I just felt like not wearing glasses today, so I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, we're here to watch another episode of Doctor Who, and previous episode, it was another one-off adventure, and I actually did enjoy it, and I played some GeoGuessr. That's all that happened. But yeah, there were some plastic virus that just started attacking Earth. It started attacking microplastics on people, causing people to die. And then we learned that there was another alien group that came from who knows where, a planet that was affected by said virus, and they wanted to find a cure for it. So they just decided to bring the virus to Earth and use humans as test subjects because humans just has a lot of plastic. Earth has a lot of plastic, so they just said, well, fuck it, we're just gonna get them infected, and then we're gonna figure out a cure to save our own race. And then we defeated. Well, she killed herself by injecting herself with the cure that she made for humans, not for her own people, which kind of nullifies literally everything that she wanted to do, because it's like, we're gonna find a cure by using human test subjects, and it's like, yeah, but human physiology just doesn't work in your people, does it? Because it's a completely different race. And then she's like, all right, and then she died. So that was cool. Then there was, yeah, the gay astronaut dude. He could be bisexual. But yeah, there was him and the gay cop, and they were chill. And I really like what they did with the cop, with his whole mini character arc, because he was just a random throwaway character, but they gave him like a little bit of a development, and I thought that was kind of fun. And yeah, we just traveled from like Peru and then Madagascar and then like Hong Kong or whatever. It was just all over the place. It was fun. I did have fun with that episode. But yeah, we're jumping into this one. We'll see if it's another like one-off adventure, or if it's like plot, because we had like a couple plot episodes this season, haven't we? Like, we already had more than previous season. Previous season it was 0, or Woman Who Fell to Earth, you can say it was 1, and there was a hint of the Timeless Child on 2, but it was just one line of dialogue and then nothing else mattered. But in this season we had both Spyfalls, and then we have Fugitive to Judoon. By the way, Fugitive to Judoon just passed 1,000 views. So I'm recording this on April 27th. So yeah, just passed 1,000 views last night, and I was quite happy about that. So thank you for watching that video. Some people found the channel through that video. Some people have been like backlogging and watching some of the Peter Capaldi era stuff. So yeah, welcome in. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done with what we need to say. I think we can just jump into Doctor Who Series 12, Episode 7. Let's go.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. I'll oppose Syria 1380. Okay. The pass. I like the pass.
You tell me creating happiness is important to my mental well-being. A game like this makes me happy.
Time to go back in your room. It'll be dark soon.
I can feel them coming.
In the air
Here
tonight. Hold on. I like this. I like being at a different culture, a different time in the past.
Oh no.
There it is.
I tried to warn you.
What monsters are these? Big boys? Big boys? Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum. This is the future, though. Oh, we're doing an episode across time as well? Oh, this is Sheffield, isn't it? This is where they live.
Here we are, Sheffield.
This is where
Back
Yas
here.
lives, right?
Right day. Everyone meet back here tomorrow lunchtime?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just nip straight to tomorrow lunchtime.
He just not wait at all. Nope.
What was that?
We're going to 1380. Oh, what the fuck is happening? She didn't even see that shit.
I've got time.
You got time. You always have time. You have a time machine.
Can you cook now? Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Namak.
I got your messages, didn't I?
It's been months.
Yeah, my phone's been playing up. I bought chips. You gonna let me in or what?
It's not a good time.
Oh. I think I hear a baby
Oh,
though.
chips though.
It's like, alright, like, come in.
Gotta say, it's great to see you, lads. Don't sound like I've been missing much, though.
Nothing at all. I'd rather be on cruises like you.
Well, let me tell you, Gabe, those boats, mate, they are lovely. Very calm.
How are you coping? Without Grace?
Well, I have to, don't I? You know, travelling helps, mate, doesn't it? Stops me getting stuck in the past.
I like seeing them in their own lives, you know? We don't really see that. We should see more of their lives.
This must be one of the oldest hospitals in the world.
Okay.
Of course, Islamic physicians were known for the enlightened way they treated people with mental health problems.
Nice. Didn't know that. That's pretty good.
Because there's one still here.
And it's right behind. Hey, what the fuck is that shit? Look like the fucking mix of a werewolf and a Wendigo. Alright, back to playing cards. Nice.
Fastest dealer in South Yorkshire.
The fuck is happening?
Can you see? Help me, Graham. He's close.
Why? What?
Top bins. Final seconds. He's done it. He's the ledge. Ryan Sinclair, FIFA legend. I've never lost it. Oh, I've still got it. I'll make tea.
His friend is like a little wary. I don't know why.
The place is normally spotless. This ain't new.
Mate, you ain't been around, so don't tell me what I am.
So he's been struggling then. Is this a mental health episode?
Sorry for not answering your messages. But you ain't yourself.
I'm just finding things difficult at the moment.
You spoke to anyone about it?
No, and I'm not going to. There's something else. Promise you won't laugh at me.
I can't promise that, can I?
I've been having nightmares. Dark, messed up stuff.
Are you also part of the plot?
And there's this block in them.
The master. Okay, maybe it was the guy from the beginning. The old man.
Last few days,
Okay.
I've seen him.
Like literally materialize in
Night,
front of you.
Outside the flat, across the hall. In my room.
Ryan, don't
Anything
sandbag
you dreamed
this.
is in your room?
I knew you'd laugh.
He's
at
not
me.
laughing.
Would you keep here tonight?
Plot is happening at 2 times at 4 different places at 2 different times. That's great.
Still think about it. Do you?
I dream about it sometimes. So for movie after?
What? So you can fall asleep halfway through?
I do not do that.
What is happening? Okay, yes, it's streaming. She sees a cop woman, her sister. Oh, is the old man laughing? Is the old man here? Bro, I don't know what to say. Alright, there we go. What the fuck? It sucked his blood, didn't it?
What are you doing? Hey! Thibault!
Come tomorrow already.
I need your help. My mate's been taken.
What? Wait, another call. Yes?
Doctor, there was a figure in our flat.
Oh, hold on.
Graham, censorship too.
Graham?
Hey, Doc, I keep seeing these images of planets like they're being projected into my head.
Alright.
Have I explained about the TARDIS and the fact that you're from 700 years in the future?
I'm really not ready for today.
Yeah.
He was bald and tattooed head.
Whoa. Same bloke that was in the flat.
Like planets. They were burning like she was connected to them somehow.
Someone's targeting us.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where those planets might be?
You get me an A to Z of the universe, and I'll be able to stick my finger straight up. No, I've got no idea.
Right? What the fuck is that?
There's something there between those planets.
What sort of something?
That's where the woman is it?
Doc, we gotta help her out.
Please.
Do we? I mean, she's begging for help, but like, what's behind us?
Do you recognize them?
It's okay, it's all connected somehow, to guess, cause...
Fears, my creativity.
Oh, it can turn imaginations into reality.
Oh, that's not good.
Tusk, Act 5. This is Yas's dream. Is this the Dream Lord?
I won't be calling anyone. No point. You're weak. You run. Nobody's coming yet.
Is this your worst fear? I assumed it's projecting like everyone's worst fears or something. Okay, what is your worst fear, Ryan? Your friend, he's old.
Where you been, man?
Where you been for 60 years?
How long you been waiting? Our whole lives. The place is burning.
What place?
Earth. And you weren't here. I thought we were mates.
This is such a dream. But... oh, those are the Ultimate 55. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's like the only thing that actually made it like cool. Made Ultimate 55 cool. The fact that he's dreaming of the apocalypse.
I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. O'Brien. Your cancer's returned. I've had a checkup.
Also, you're dead.
How long have I got? A couple of hours. Why didn't you save me?
Oh. I like that all these dreams feel real. I mean, they feel fake as fuck. That's what they feel like real dreams. It's because, like, nothing makes sense in them. Like, no dialogue makes sense. But that's because it feels like a dream. I like that. Yo, Doctor, literally everyone else got taken. I was gonna be like the Doctor. So. Do I know you?
Zelin's a mythical name. Way beyond this universe. Zelin was thought to be a god.
I blush. We immortals need our games, Doctor.
Ooh.
Eternity is long, and we are cursed to see it all.
Is there anything for fun? In this episode of Doctor Who, the Doctor encounters God.
I extract nightmares from the scared and vulnerable. Now that is a good game. You know the best part of humanity? The thing that truly sets them apart? The cruelty of their own minds directed towards themselves. The doubt, fear. The endless voices telling themselves they're incapable and unworthy. Such an exquisite animal. Built in pain.
She's free. I used your own technology against you.
I don't think this is gonna work.
No, Doctor.
No.
I used your instincts against you.
This was all part of the game.
You did find the right answer. You weren't asking the right questions.
My freedom.
Who is she?
Two creatures from another realm descended into a universe where they were worshipped as gods.
Okay.
Which of them could bring a planet to destruction first? Inhabitants of the worlds grew wise, realized what these creatures had done to them. They unified and fought back against their so-called gods, trapped one creature between the planets for eternity.
How did they do that? I have no idea, but...
I wasn't torturing her with nightmares. I was feeding her what she needed to stay sane.
Just dreaming of the timeless child. Okay, what the fuck is this?
In all our memories.
Okay.
In our identity.
Give me an answer. They're not gonna. But they're gonna wake up. Fuck me. Nothing. Again. Whenever we deal with this, the question: what? How? Did it? How? Physics don't work like that. Did it have a? Did the Sonic have a built-in propulsor or something that made it so it flew all the way up? Like, what the fuck?
Sonic just fingers.
Nice.
Down. Good dog.
Where am I? Mate, try not to freak out, yeah? But you're on a floating space platform in a gravitational pull between two colliding planets, halfway across the universe because of the guy who was stealing your nightmares through creepy, detachable fingers.
Prank?
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. But it's not real, is it?
They didn't attack you.
Because it's not real.
Created the Chakaska from your nightmares. They wouldn't kill you, they couldn't, because you created them. There are no bogeymen. Nothing to be worried about.
Oh, the boogeyman is gonna show up.
Night-night.
Oh, please tell me we're gonna see spiders. Please tell me there's not gonna be a dude with arachnophobia and we're gonna get to see the spiders, because fuck me.
Welcome to Aleppo. Very beautiful city.
How are you here?
Don't worry about
I'm
that.
that little bit smarter than you thought I was. You're wrong about humans. They're not pathetic. They're magnificent.
Yeah, there we
They
go.
live with their
That's 13.
fears, doubts, guilts. They face them down every day and they prevail.
Damn right. Damn right they do.
Why don't you show them how strong you are? My Chagaska.
My pet is gonna fuck you up! Go, my Pokemon! You slash!
Thanks for lending a helping hand.
Really?
At least the fingers spark.
What's your worst nightmare?
Yeah, what is their worst nightmare?
You made my nightmares real. Now you can live with them for all eternity. Yes, God's back in their box.
Awesome, so we trapped them. Both of them. Sure. I did not think we were gonna resolve that so easily. But like, okay. Holy
Slept like a baby last night.
Hell yeah, bro.
Good, because you need all the beauty sleep you can get.
I like this.
Man's still looking fresh.
Crazy shit what you do on your off time, bro.
Told me the truth about it all.
Would you believe me?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, right? Like,
Do you know when you'll be back?
Not sure.
Well, don't make it too long.
yeah, that's good.
I need my best mate. I get a bit lost without him.
This is really good.
There's something I need you to do for me, and you can't argue.
I get down.
Go to
and
therapy.
shut myself off.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm paralyzed with it. Went to the supermarket just so I could talk to the cashier. You know, get back to human contact. But I got there, and it's those self-service checkouts.
That they're laughing
I've said
about.
that to anyone before.
Ah,
Felt like it was just me.
it's really good.
It's not just you.
Three years earlier,
Not breaking the law, am I?
Nope.
people left you.
Where you off to?
You're waiting on someone.
Away.
Oh, she was running away from home, maybe.
People are worried about you.
No, they're not.
Oh
Your
yeah,
sister
that's it.
is. That's why she called us. She's worried you've left and are going to do something stupid.
You must be feeling pretty trapped and alone.
I'm feeling way more than that.
Is this why she decided to be a cop? Because this cop lady was nice to her? So she wanted to be that for other people?
Terrible thing about being older is you have all this experience and nobody ever wants to hear it. What if this moment where you want to run away from everyone, including yourself, is just that? A moment. What if we find a way to get you through it and out the other side?
Not listening to you.
Would hard cash make a difference? I'll make you a deal. Look me up in 3 years. If I'm wrong, I'll give you 50 quid. I mean, I'd say more, but the pay's rubbish.
3 years, she said. So she's gonna go and meet her.
But if I'm right, you owe me 50p.
She's gonna go and pay her. She's gonna go and pay her. Do that. Do it. Do it. Yeah.
You won't remember me. My name's Yasmin.
Khan.
I flippin' do remember you.
Where's my money? So fucking cheesy.
You want to come in?
Just wanna talk about life with a friend?
The thing is, Doc, I worry about getting sick again. Once with you the whole time. Not quite a shadow, but don't get me wrong. I mean, my checkups, they're all fine, but it made me think. You know, and I thought I should talk about it. Because those nightmares, I mean, well, they made me realise that the fear is still there. Yeah.
I should say a reassuring thing now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
I'm still quite socially awkward.
Yeah, she's not good at
So
conversation.
I'm just going to subtly
Just good at...
walk towards the console and look at something. And then, in a minute, I'll think of something that I should have said. That might have been helpful.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we had this chat, eh? Yeah.
It's just our lives. Going from one place to the next, ignoring home.
This is making me think maybe they are not gonna make it past this season.
Yeah, but we'll have changed. They wouldn't have. It's like we're living at different rates.
The doctor said we won't come back the same.
You did say that. You just didn't think too hard about it.
Thinking Frankenstein.
Yes. Okay. Fuck yeah, that episode was awesome. Okay, that episode was awesome. And I can see that somebody might not think that, but I did. Because here's the thing. It's that I feel like a lot of like character development has been lacking for these companions. So then they decided, fuck you. We're just gonna make an episode where the entire just like final 30% is just gonna be them just talking and showing you all their lives, and like there's even at the beginning too, like what they're thinking about, what they're struggling about, and just general stuff that they keep to themselves. We're just gonna elaborate on that, and we're gonna show you that. I enjoy that a lot, actually. Okay. So I'm trying to put my thoughts together, but like, so okay, having the enemy of the episode not be one god but like two of them, it's like, okay, fuck. But then we just saw that like nothing, and it was like, sure, oh wow, that was nuts. But okay, so immediately at the beginning of the episode, they mention like being mentally healthy, and I was like, that's a weird concept for 1380, you know. I didn't say it, but that's what I thought. And then the doctor arrived at what was the name? Alupa, something like that. I forgot the name of the place. I'm gonna go to the beginning. It was Aleppo, Syria, 1380. So the doctor arrived to that building specifically, and she was like, oh, a hospital, and it seems to be like a mental health hospital. And the Syrians were known for Aleppo were known for having really advanced mental health facilities, or like the belief that is something that needs to be treated. So that made me think, oh, maybe this is the mental health episode, and it was. And it was actually really good. He was actually really good, because like I feel like whenever we touch on character drama on this era of the show, it's usually really good. The problem is that there is a weird dissonance between it and the struggle to make like sci-fi storylines work out, and I think that the problem that some of these episodes have comes from that usually. But whenever we have character drama being explored into, I would say it's actually pretty good. Okay? And this episode was mostly that. I will say that it So, okay. So whenever we have an episode like fucking Rosa, okay? Like Rosa or Demons of the Punjab, those episodes are historicals. But I'm not going to focus on that sense. I'm going to focus on the sense that the alien storyline, plot, whatever, kind of doesn't matter. Kind of doesn't. What actually matters is, in the case of Rosa, it was Rosa. It was Rosa and her struggles and her message and all of that. And that was all awesome. And it had a lot of meaning and there was a lot of respect there. For Demons of the Punjab, it was also like explaining how that process came to happen and showing you a really fucked up story about this family and these brothers. But it made a really good point and showing you how that came to that point and how fucked up stuff like that happen. And you can even draw parallels to real life and, well, future time, I guess. But the aliens part in Punjab didn't even matter that much, really. This is what I'm thinking with this episode. The fucking gods. By the way, the dudes did say a name, and I'm just like, is this name, is that guy like an actual like god by Earth's civilization by some of them? I don't know. I even forgot his name, so I don't care. But it was just a god, and then we freed another god, and I'm like, well, shit. By the way, they said it was a prison, and she was stuck there, and I was like, well, but it's a prison, so why is she there to begin with? And they never asked that, and then it was like, well, it turned out that it was bad to free her anyway. So I guess the doctor didn't think about that, but never mind that. So they were the minor part of the episode. They actually didn't matter as much. It was very confusing at the beginning because he was like, what is this werewolf Wendigo thing? And then it's like, and then the old man is just teleporting, just turning people into mist, fucking making his fingers just go out like fucking torpedoes and homing torpedoes and get into people's ears, sucking things out of them. Just like, what is happening, you know? It was very confusing. And I did like the fact that the episode jumped. I really like when the show does this, by the way, and they did it previous episode too, but I really like when the show jumps from different scenes and different times even. So in this episode at the beginning, we had 4 different places we were having our focus on. So the doctor was in Syria in 1380, and then Yas was in her flat with her sister in current time. Ryan was at his best friend's flat playing video games, and then in the night at the current time, and then Graham was just playing cards at the current time with his friends too. Yas has the random old man just show up, and it's like, what the fuck? And I also gave her the like nightmare dream. Well, maybe one. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was, I think. Ryan had his friend told me that he's been seeing fucked up shit, and then he stayed to see what's up, and then he got like taken away with the finger thing, and he's like, what the fuck? Old man missed. And then Graham had a fucking vision from someone telling me, hey, free me, release me, and it's like, what? Because also the girl, Jahira, I think was her name, she was in Aleppo, Syria, and she was dealing with werewolves and some shit, and it's like, what? What? Okay, so that was that. I was just like, what the fuck? But that was, to me, immediately, it was like, wait, what? Just all over the place. But it was really fun. And then it all came together. I was like, it's gonna come together somehow, but I don't see how. And then the doctor was like, oh, this here doesn't make sense. It's like, it doesn't exist. And I'm like, maybe it's reality perception? Like, you think it's there, but it's not? And I'm still not sure how that worked, because it's like, it did exist. It was there, but it also didn't. So it was like, sure, I don't know. Gods can do some bullshit. And it's like, yes, gods can do some bullshit, and they did, except when they got defeated. And I'm like, how? But that's fine, though, because last month I watched The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, and the Seventh Doctor took down the gods of Ragnarok. I want to pronounce the hard R's, because that's how McCoy said it. But he did that shit, and it was great. And he just walked away like a badass while the circus exploded. Don't worry about that. That episode was great. Anyway, so sure, that it's not that I don't buy that, but it's like, I think it was like resolved like too fast, too quickly. But I don't even mind that either, because they focus more on the things that actually did matter this episode, that I actually really did like a lot, which was the aspect of exploring more into all of these characters. So, where do I even begin? So, okay, so when they all get back home, and I really like the fact that we get to see them in their own lives, because we've never seen that shit. We really never have. We saw it a little bit on episode 1. We saw it a little bit on episode 1 of series 11. A little bit on episode 4 of series 11 with the spiders. Fuck that episode. And literally every other episode, I don't think we saw anything until Spyfall Part 1, and it was just a tiny bit. That's the first time that we saw Ryan's friend, and that was it. And we saw Graham doing checkups too. But other than that, I'm just like, I've never seen them, so those characters really don't feel like, the companions we have don't really feel that much like real people, because we don't get to see them being real people often. But now they have. We saw it a little bit again, and I enjoy that, because Ryan is like, okay, I'm gonna go to my friend, and it's the same friend from episode 1, so it's like there is some continuity there, and it's like, okay, so that's his best friend. Okay, we're seeing a little bit, and he's like, hey man, what's up? And it's like, man, it's not a good time, and it's like, yeah, but I brought shit, man, come on, let's go play FIFA or some shit. He's like, all right, come in, you know? So he does that. Yas, on the other hand, is just like, her parents are not there, only the sister, and they're just trying to talk, trying to have a nice conversation. He's like, you cook now? It's like, there's the whole thing happening, and then watching movies, it's like, let's watch a movie after dinner, and it's like, you're gonna fall asleep through it, and it's like, she's like, I never do that. Immediately hard caught into her being a slave, and the sister being like, God damn it, yeah, it's like, you do this shit every time. And then we got to see Graham playing cards with his friends, you know, old buddies, and they're just playing, and they're talking about life. And he's talking about, yeah, the travels, it's all nice, it's all quiet, it's all peaceful, and they're talking, you're coping well with the whole Grace thing, and it's like, because of course they haven't seen him since then, and it's not been that long since then probably either, because to us it has been, but probably not to them. So they're like, you've been coping well? And he's like, yeah, you know, they say travel helps you, you know, keep moving, you know. And I really do think it has helped him a lot. Also traveling with essentially friends. So that was pretty neat. But I like when they immediately just went to like, Ryan's friend is like, I'm going through some shit. And Ryan was like, all right, tell me, you want to talk about it? He's like, no, I don't want to tell anyone about it. And it's like very like refusing to be because, okay, all right, this is the mental health episode, so this discussion is gonna be a little it might get a little personal. That's fine though, because I think I'm at the point of my life where I can just talk about things, and I don't really mind them very much. So Ryan's friend is going through some shit. Depression, if you will. And he refuses to go and seek help. And they didn't dwell on this too much, but it came back really nicely at the end. And it's clear that he doesn't want to tell anyone about it. And this can be for several reasons. And they're implied, and people that know, they know. And it can be a wide range, and by wide range, I mean all of them together at once. And it's the fact that you don't want to be a burden to anyone. You don't feel like your issues are worth anyone's time. You think that you are pathetic as a result. You think that people will look down on you as a result because you're showing them your weakness, and so on and so forth. So I like that Ryan was not an asshole about it, because why would he be? That's his best friend. And he realizes that he's been going through some shit, because he sees that everything is a mess, and he's very avoidant. He's not having fun. He's like just like doing the awkward smile while they're playing games and shit. Ryan is like super hyper, but the dude is just like not there, you know, you can tell. And he could tell. And then we went into the whole like God shit and the fingers and whatever. That doesn't matter. I like that at the end it came back in the sense of Ryan is like, you're gonna be fine, man. And it's like the dude is like, you should have told me about all this shit that you're doing, because now he knows. And I like that he knows, because that gives him the answer to like, because Okay, so if this guy has been going through a lot of shit, I don't. What's his name? Jamie, or something like that. I actually gonna look this up because I can look at the credits, can I? Just the credits of the episode, because I do want to give this TiVo. I want to give this guy a name because he deserves it. So my man TiVo here. The thing about him is that like, if he's going through a lot of shit, and also his best friend is not here anymore, and he's not replying to his messages, he's like, my phone's a little wonky. It's like, of course it's gonna be like he hates me, or like he doesn't want to hang out with me, or whatever, because he's going through a lot of shit. So of course insecurities are gonna pile up. So I like that he actually learned that they're traveling around, because now he's like, oh, that's why he wasn't answering me. That's why he was not hanging out with me or anything. It's like, because of that. So he has had things going on, and it's some stupid shit that I cannot even imagine what the fuck is going on. So I'm not even gonna I'm gonna stop thinking about the fact that he might be doing so because he doesn't like me or whatever. It's like, no, he has some weird alien shit going on. That's fine. I get it, but it's not because he hates me. He actually likes me, but he's just been doing other shit, and I can understand that. So I like that he actually got to learn about that, because now that's one less insecurity out of his mind. Because now he's no longer like, my best friend hates me or whatever. So I really like that. And then Ryan was like, okay, but there's something else you got to do, and you got to do it for me, and you got to promise when you're going to do it, okay? And then hard cut to him talking about his issues. And it's not even, it's the small things, because he's in therapy. It's a group therapy. It's like 4 people in there. And he's talking about like he reclused himself, he isolated himself, and he had a hard time just dealing with people in general. But the other day, he just decided, I'm just gonna go to a store, I'm just gonna go buy some shit, just to talk to the cashier, just to talk to someone, just have some kind of social interaction. And then there was no cashier, it was like a machine or whatever, and he was like, oh man. And everyone just kind of laughed a little bit, and he also laughed, and that's good, because they're laughing at this like minor inconvenience that happened, but it was something that's been plaguing his mind probably. Just like, that's another one of those things where it's like, man, fuck, like I really wanted to talk to someone. But now now he is talking to other people, and they're just laughing about this like really minor thing, and they're socializing about it essentially. And I like that he was like, I never told anyone. I didn't think anyone had any. I don't remember exactly what the dialogue was, but it's like, I didn't think anyone would do something stupid like that. And I think the therapist was like, everyone goes through stuff like that, okay? And that was really nice. I think that was a good, nice handling of this touchy subject matter, because it also made me feel good. It also really did. And a lot of dialogue also like really hit close to home, because a lot of what happened with Yes, and a lot of what happened with Ryan and TiVo here is something that I was like, oh fuck, especially, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get personal, but like lately, this past few days, I've been fairly emotional over some stuff that happened like 10 years ago, okay? And it's stuff that I would say also hard defined me as a person, and hard locked me into a specific path. And it's not only a single thing, it's like a couple of things. But it's a sequence of events that led to the point where I'm at right now. And I would say that they are simultaneously both the best and worst things that ever happened in my life. But they are definitely the most defining. And I actually wouldn't change them too much. I mean, there are things that could have been better, and there are things I kind of want to apologize for, but I'm getting off topic. But, so I really like when Yas was, so, okay, we finally got to see a little bit more of like Yas development, okay? And Yas, this is really good because I think it fits within the character. And it's, so Yas 3 years ago, I don't know how old she was, but let's say she was like, I don't know, 17. Let's say that Yas is like 20 now. I'm not sure what age she is. She's like on probation for being a cop, so I guess she could have graduated high school and then maybe did that. I don't know if she ever went to college, maybe not. I don't know. I also don't know how the system works in the UK. So, fuck me. Let's just say that she was like 17 at the time. She ran away from home. She just decided, I'm just gonna run away from home. I get that because she's a dumb child. I mean, 17 is not that child, but you can be pretty dumb at 17. Let's be honest. So she just decided, I'm gonna run away from home because I feel like shit there. Because maybe my parents don't care. Maybe they sandbag whatever problems I may have, and I don't want to bring that up to them because, again, they wouldn't understand. I feel alone. I want to isolate myself, whatever. She just decided, I'm just going to leave because I want to run away from this life because everything sucks. And given it wasn't like, it was just more coming from the place of like, you get bullied at school and stuff like that, which is something that she has said before already in Witchfinders, I think. But that is just like that's just a simplification of what might have happened or might have been going on in her life. That is just one simplification, but it could have been a lot of stuff piling up, and they can take a toll on you. She just decided, I'm going to run away from life. And I like that the cop woman then showed up, and she's like, so the cop woman, first of all, she was great. She was really nice. Second, she's like, people care for you. And she's like, no, nobody does. And it's like, your sister does. She called me in here because she worries. She cares for you. And she is worried that you're going to do something stupid, which she was. The stupid thing, she was running away. So then the cop lady actually starts like having a heart-to-heart with Yas, and Yas completely refused being part of the conversation. She's just like, you don't understand. Again, a very immature thing to do, but understandable, given the age and given whatever is going through you. And then the cop lady said a really good line, which was, something that sucks about being old is that you have all this experience, but nobody wants to listen to you. And I'm just like, fuck. Because that's true. That really is true. Because people never want to listen whenever, even if your intentions are good, because they think that you're being patronizing to them. Because insecurities work like that, you know? So it's very difficult to get through to someone when they're being stubborn like that. But also they're not like they're not being an asshole about it. They're just going through a rough time and they're closed off and they just don't want to deal with anyone. They just want to be left alone. It's understandable. But I really like how the cop lady handled that. And it was just something really stupid, such as like, hey, want to make a bet? If 3 years from now you still feel that way, I'll give you 50 quid. I don't know how much a quid is, actually. Is it just like cents? Because it was a coin. I thought it was like dollars, but like, okay, quid to USD. Okay, so what is a pound sterling? Britain, I don't know. Never mind. I'm immediately giving up. I'm immediately giving up and learning what the fuck a quid is. Anyway, she's like, all right, 50 quid to, if you are still feeling that way, I'll owe you 50 quid. But if you if you don't feel that way, you owe me 50 quid. 3 years. Let's go. And she accepted, of course, because it was just like a stupid thing like that. It became lighthearted. So then Yas stopped being an edgelord and she just decided, well, fuck it. Sure, you know? I'll get 50 quid. But I really like... What else did she say that was really good in that? Because she talked about... I want to go over that again. Because she talked about like running away. Because I know that there's so much ahead of you. What if this moment where you want to run away from everyone, including yourself, It's just that. Just a moment. And that's it. It's that it will pass, you know? And that was really good. That was really good. I even brought this a little bit when we're talking about like Aaron from the resolution. It's just a really good subject to bring in. Fuck, I don't even know how to word this because I'm not the best person to talk about this, okay? I'm really not. I'm here to talk about some dumb aliens or some bullshit and make some fucking crazy theories or whatever. I'm just here to spit words, and if people want to listen to them and they make sense in their head, then great. But I'm not saying that I'll ever be good at talking about a subject matter like this one because it's serious. So I'm also trying to relate, but like, okay, I guess the best way to talk about it is from a personal standpoint, isn't it? Because that's something that does make sense in my head. But this is something that also hit close to home. It more than surely hit close to home. Because I have done that. More than once. And I wish I had this police lady come up to me and say, hey, 50 quid, right? Well, not that, but like everything else that she said. But even then, I don't even know if I would have even listened. Like, yes, but Yas ended up listening, and I really like how the policewoman handled that. I really, really like how she handled that. She's the MVP a little bit. Her and like Ryan for telling his friend to go and get therapy, and he did, and also being a bro. Kudos to them for being awesome. But like what she said and what it was like for Ryan's friend too hit very close to home, both of those. And I was like touched by this episode a little bit, especially lately. I've been a little bit more vulnerable for reasons. Don't worry about them, they're personal. I'm not gonna tell you my life story. But I will say that they hit a little bit closer to home than any other version of this that we have had, except for like maybe Aaron in Resolution. And I think they were really good for character development. I think they were really good for treating the subject matter on TV. I think it was just fantastically handled. I think it was very human. That's it. Is that this episode felt very human, and I like that the gods or whatever were just like, you humans are pathetic, you do this shit all the time, you're stupid, you're fierce, whatever. Because then they showed us the worst of humanity, not from like the hate sense, but from like the fear sense, and how quote unquote pathetic they can be. But then they showed us, after the problem was solved, they showed us the best of humanity when it comes to conquering your fears, when it comes to dealing with all of these things that really do paralyze you and stop you and cause you going into wrong directions and wrong paths in your life, and it being terrible things that happen and it just like make you feel terrible, but then dealing with them anyway, having to take that and continue to walk forward like a badass, because you can do it. Okay, now I'm sounding like motivational. I'm not good at this, but like the idea of like, these are all issues that people have, and then showing you them getting through them, not fully, but well, Yas did get through it fully, but Ryan's friend, for example, he's just still struggling with it, but he's doing baby steps, and you can see the process, and that gives you so much like hope, because it's like, yeah, maybe I should start going to therapy, maybe I should talk to someone about it. And I like that the police lady actually invited Yas over to talk at the end of the episode. That was really good. It was not just like take the money and then they both like looked at each other and then just like walked away with like a smile or something. No, she was like, you probably don't remember. Yes, Bin Khan, yes. I fucking remember you, yes. Wanna come in? And that was really good. fuck. A lot of what this touched on was really good. Okay, I feel like I need to bring up okay, so I've heard about this from like my phone, because your phone always snitches some things to you sometimes if you're looking at the news, because it's also relevant to it's relevant to your interest what Google tells you. And I remember reading, and I just like read really fast through it, but I think I saw like people complaining that the doctor might have mishandled something touchy regarding Graham. And I'm thinking it should be this episode what I read about, right? Because Graham did say, he did talk about his fear of like, I'm worrying about getting cancer back, and he didn't talk about Grace. He just talked about the cancer to the doctor, right? Even though Grace wasn't his nightmare, but I think that was just the extra little bit, just to throw in there, just a cherry on top. But I think it was just the fear of like, maybe I'll get cancer back, and then the doctor, it felt like she didn't really give him any like reassuring thing to say. And I think that's what I read, that like people were complaining about that, because like now it's making sense in my head. I mean, unless it was a different episode, but it would have been weird for it to fit in 2 episodes at the same time. Well, okay, never mind. I'm thinking about like maybe the doctor doing it twice. That would be a little off. But I don't think it was bad in this episode, because it really did feel like the doctor was like, I don't know what to say. Like I'm awkward, and I don't know what to tell you, because like, what is she gonna tell him? Like, she could tell him like a bunch of nice words, but like, that's probably not gonna change anything either. But then the answer that comes back is like, yeah, but she could have still said something nice, and it's like, yeah, I guess. But like, I like whenever a character just doesn't know what to say. It's something that they are like, this is a touchy subject, and I literally do not know what to tell you. And they just kind of shrugged it off. And I guess it could have been handled a little better in like how they both of them shrugged it off a little bit. But I don't think it was bad, because it wasn't like Graham was just like a wreck. It's not like he was just like crying and screaming and just feeling like, why is it like this? I'm so scared. It's like, if that had been the case, it would have been different. But it was just him just casually bringing the topic of like, this is how I feel, you know? And and he even said he didn't actually think it was that big of a deal. He didn't even think about it. And until like, when seeing the nightmare in his head when he was plugged to the machine, that's when it finally hit him of like, yeah, I guess I'm really scared of something like that now. And then he was worrying, then he was getting scared, but it's not like a fucking trauma that he has from getting cancer, but it's something that he is now afraid of, and he's bringing the topic up with his friend, and his friend is like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just not the best person to talk about stuff like this with. I guess it could have been handled better in the sense that she could have been like, thank you for telling me, and I think it's really good for you to talk about these things, because it is. And I am pretty sure that's the point they were trying to make. Talk about your problems with the people close to you. But then she's like, I don't know what to deal with you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm awful at this. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hit go on the lever, and we're gonna go meet Frankenstein. Is that okay with you? All right, let's go. That to me is what that was. This is a touchy subject. It really is, and it's a very important subject too. Like, don't get me wrong. So I feel like we have to talk about it, okay? Because it's important, and I think it's okay. So I can think of one more time when Doctor Who has touched on this subject a little bit, and it wasn't even that clear, but it was kind of clear, and it was Vincent and the Doctor, and that episode was fantastic. It was like probably the best episode in the Matsumi ever. Like, it was so good. Everything about Vincent and the Doctor was great. It was historical, and it also had meaning, and it touched on the mental health subject. This episode was really good character drama, mental health subject. Everything else, like the gods and whatever, didn't don't give a shit. But I really like the handling and giving you examples of people dealing with different versions of different struggles and depression and working through them, either starting doing baby steps or getting through them years later and then looking back and being like, yeah, I thank you for telling me that one time, because it really did save my life. I think this episode handled a lot of this really well. I think maybe the Graham thing could have been handled a little better with like one line of dialogue, but I don't even think it was bad either. Because I really did feel like Graham was just bringing the topic, but he wasn't like broken about it. And the doctor was just like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. I'm not a therapist, okay? And like, because I feel like, have we all been there? Because I've been there for sure. When a person you care about is going through stuff and you don't know what to say. You want to say something, but you don't know what to say. And even the doctor said, like, in a minute, I'm going to think about something that I should probably have said. But right now, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm like, yes, I've been there too. I've been there too when a friend has been going through something and the conversation just kind of fell, it dropped, like it changed or whatever. But like a day later, you're like, should have said that, should have said that. And I either didn't say it because I didn't think about it, or because of, I don't know, ego or whatever. But I should probably have said that, man. And it's like, yeah, that feels bad, man. But anyway, oh yeah, one more thing that I want to mention. This is just a cool thing that they did. And it alone elevated Orphan 55 like 1 point. And it's the fact that when Ryan was having his nightmare, when he was plugged to the machine, he saw his friend. I closed the credits. I don't know what the name of his friend was, but he saw his friend. Was it Joey or something like that? It was like a 2-syllable name. I forgot. But it's like he saw him old, just gray haired. And he's like, you left us, man. Where have you been? We've been waiting for you. And it's like, how long have you been waiting? All of our lives. And it's like, why is everything on fire? Why is this on fire? Where are we? It's like, everything's on fire. The planet's on fire. And you weren't here for that. And then he gets like attacked by the Orphan 55 monsters, which are the mutated humans after the apocalypse happened. And I'm just like, yo, that makes sense though. That really does make sense, because now we see that Ryan's worst fear is the fact that he's not going to be there for when everyone needs him. He's not going to be there for his friends. By the time he gets there, it's going to be too late and the world's going to end. Because he also saw the world ending, and it's like, well, shit, right? So that would be a couple things that would kind of fuck you up. So his nightmare is now he's seeing the apocalypse happen, and he wasn't there for it when it happened, and his friends either died or became the fucking monsters from Orphan 55 or whatever, the mutants or some shit. Now, I don't think that's gonna ever come back or matter at all, Orphan 55, but it did here in like the little nightmare realm, and that was a really good callback, and it also made sense. And I'm like, oh, that's so fucking good, because I think that was better than the entirety of Orphan 55. And I don't want to talk shit on that episode, because I don't even hated it. I didn't even hate it. But it was just like disappointing in a lot of factors. But in this factor, they actually utilized what it laid out, which was essentially nothing, but it did lay out some stuff that were probably going to get sandbagged, but they weren't here. But they were here, okay? And that made it so much better. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm glad I watched that episode now, because now I can get that like 30 seconds that made it so much better. That was really good. So yeah, that's that was just a little bit. That was like a little fun moment that I really enjoyed. I really appreciated. I'm gonna really quickly skim through the episode to see if there's something else worth talking about. I feel like I could just talk about the subject matter for. Oh, there was okay. So at the end of the episode, Ryan goes like, "We're just gonna keep doing this, huh? Is this what we're just gonna keep doing forever, traveling with the doc?" And there was this moment of like, are we just gonna do this forever? And what about the people that we leave home? And then, yes, it's like, well, we can just drop at the same time. It's fine. But Ryan is like, yeah, but even if we do that, by the time we come back, even if they are the same people, we're gonna be different people. And then Yas is like, yeah, the doctor told us that. Like, I think he was in like Arachnis in the UK. He's like, if you're gonna come with me, you're not gonna be the same people when you come back than when you left. And everyone agreed, but I don't think. Well, maybe Yas thought about it, maybe even Graham, but Ryan at least, it's showing that he didn't think too much about what that meant and what it was going to be like for the people left behind, for his friends. So that line of conversation, that dialogue was really good. I really like it. I really appreciated it. But it also makes me think maybe Ryan's going to leave at the end of the season. Maybe more of them are going to leave at the end of the season. Maybe all of them are going to leave at the end of the season. We don't know. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. But it makes me think that because it's like a very, like, they're laying out the groundwork to build up the idea of, like, I can't do this anymore. I just want to hang out with my friends because I'm worried about them, Doc. And I really enjoy traveling with you. But I also just want to go and chill out with my boy, Jovi. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I'm actually gonna check the titles because I feel bad. Because Jovi. Fucking Jovi. TiVo. I just want to go hang out with my boy TiVo here. Because he's the man. And I really like him and appreciate him. But he's also going through some stuff, and I just want to be there for him. That would be really nice. That would be like the best motive to decide to stop being a companion. The fact that it's like, my best friend is going through depression right now, and I want to help them. I want to be there for them. That's like the best way. That's like the best reasoning in order to leave the show. The fact that you just want to be there for your friend that needs you. That would be great. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, Ryan, why didn't you stay already? But at least he was like, go for therapy, man. Like, come on, you can do it. And I'm guessing he's probably gonna drop by more often now. At least that's what I'm assuming. That would be really good. So yeah, that was awesome. We also saw a little glimpse of the Timeless Child again when the Doctor was having the nightmare. We heard the Master saying like the Timeless Child, something that is hidden within our memories or whatever. Sure, we didn't see more than we saw already. We saw like a child in front of like a shrine or some shit, some kind of construction, and the Doctor was standing there, and it was like a desert. And then she woke up, and that was it. That tells me nothing. Sure, I don't think there's anything else worth mentioning here. Just the subject matter was appreciated. It was appreciated for me. I'm sure it was appreciated by a lot of other people too. I think the handling was done pretty well. I don't know because okay, so I think I'm at a good place mentally right now. At this point in time, this point in my life, I wasn't 10 years ago, and I wasn't like even like 5 years ago. So there's like a 5-year time span where mistakes were made and terrible things happened as a result. And I felt terrible for the entirety of that period of time. And then I worked on getting better for another 5 years. And that's where I'm at today. Yeah, from like 18 to like 23. So this is where we are today. It's gonna be 6, and I'm about to turn 24. I haven't been keeping track of exact time lapses, but if I would have to just say, it would be like 5 years of depression and 5 years of getting my shit together. And it wasn't easy, and there was a lot of tearing down a lot of mentalities that I have built up since forever, and changing as a person from the ground up. And I think that now I'm at the point where I've gone through a lot of stuff in my head, and I can just talk about things without feeling terrible about them. I can admit some stuff that happened and it was terrible, and I wish it had been better, and I wish I could change some things. But at the end of the day, this is the person I'm at right now because of the stuff that happened. And the reason why I'm getting personal right now is because I feel like this is the episode to do so. And I'm not gonna get into details because I'm not here to tell you my life story, okay? And I don't think people want to hear it even. But I do wanna say and make an example that people struggle with things, and people have hard times throughout life, and they all have to deal with them. And that's kind of the point the episode was making. But I just want to say that if you've been struggling with a lot of stuff lately or ever, you're not alone, okay? And you probably know that already. But something you need to understand is that you should talk to people about things. You should talk to your friends about it. Even go to a therapist if you can. But just talk to someone about it. And also start working on making sense of things and be willing to embrace change. Because we're all evolving throughout our lives. And if we get stuck or we decide to run away instead of actually facing things, it's just gonna get worse. And we might alienate the people around us and make it worse for them too. And eventually you're gonna be like, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna work on this for my sake and everyone else's. And if you decide to do that, you're the strongest person in this world. And I wish you all the best luck in the universe for you. And I hope you get better if you're going through anything right now. And if you have gone through things already and you think that you're at a better place right now, but even so, you never really stop growing or dealing through things, but you're better, then I just want to give a congratulations. Because I'm sure it's been difficult, but you made it. We made it. And we're here now. I don't know if that had any meaning. I hope it had meaning. I was trying to say something nice, but I am not good at this. So that's just what came out. Okay? So that was it. That was this episode. Okay, now I'm very awkward because I don't know what to say. I guess we just gotta stop. Okay? I guess we just gotta stop. So I guess that was it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And I hope you're doing well. Especially this crazy times we're living in right now. I know that a lot of people are getting worse because of it. But don't worry, you'll get through it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this episode of a Doctor Who reaction. It was a very meaningful one. If you would like to see next episode already, it should be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check first though, because you never know. These are my glasses, they're not broken. I just wanted to make sure you knew they weren't broken, because they already did one time and into the time. I'm getting sidetracked. Alright, see you later. Take care. Goodbye.